Hi, welcome to the final countdown. I am your host, Chris, aka The Mole. Joining me is James Phoenix.
Yeah, very fucking funny.
And Anastasia Lazerbeam.
Stop stealing my shtick.
And we're here today to count down the top 5 reboot villains.
Anyway, welcome to the final countdown, ladies and gentlemen. This is we are here to, as Mole said, getting my shtick. We are here to, of course, count down the top 5 reboot villains. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And yep. So basically, the rules here are that reboot villains must have the villain itself must have him or herself must have been rebooted, not just having appeared in a film that was a reboot.
What?
You're right.
But yeah, that is correct.
Yes. So, per the usual, we're going to go by my screen. We'll start with Pew for each round. We'll work way to the right, and that way I'll be here at the end. Oh, do you want to go first?
Who doesn't?
True. I don't care. As long as I'm the last one so I can end it at the end, I don't really care which goes first.
No, Pew can go first.
Okay, Pew, why don't you hit us with number 5?
Number 5, I chose the Daleks. New Who versus Old Who. The Daleks in the past, they were totally fine and awesome and stuff, but I didn't like that they were defeated by stairs. So I like in the new one they can like hover, and I also like special effects, and you can see inside them, and they're aliens now inside instead of just robots. So I thought that was cool because that gave me that Lady Gaga tentacle dance gif, which I really love. So
Nice.
yeah, I like them. Except for the Power Rangers ones; those are stupid.
They were.
Indeed. Okay. Mole, number 5.
My number 5.
What is that?
Mumra from the 2011 Thundercats cartoon.
Nice.
Because he was a threat even without his transformation. Because in his ever-living form, whatever I call it, his non-big bulky form, when he's got the hood on him, he flat out appears and murders the king of the Thundercats and just takes over with all his power. But when he transforms and gets the sword, he's a threat. They got rid of his that weird weakness when he sees his reflection and stuff. The only one they kept was he's weak to sunlight.
Mm.
But I still have a place in my heart for the original one. That one's not like it's a massive improvement, but I just liked it, so it made my list just for liking it.
That's fair. That counts. All right. My number 5. Go down here. I'm going to give it to Zod from Man of Steel. Because obviously no one was ever going to beat Terrence Stamp, and that's why I was glad that Michael Shannon here took it in another direction. He went with a much more physical Zod, a much more out there emotional Zod. And I thought that was a pretty cool interpretation. And
spoilers, he kills Superman in Batman v Superman.
Technically, yes. You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Yes.
And but yeah, he does a great job as Zod in Man of Steel, and his brief cameo in Batman vs Superman. And I thought it was a respectable Zod that kind of helped set up this version of Superman for the current DC cinematic universe, or extended universe as they're calling it. And I thought he did a good job. So, props to Michael Shannon. All right. Pew number 4.
Son of William.
Okay, my number 4 is Fuck You Zod. Took my So yeah, I just like how much he was more fierce, physically aggressively fierce, you know? And like, especially I love when he's about to die, and they're both like, ah! Like, you know, like his whole like, I don't know, I felt like he got, I don't know. I just like he had more of a stage appearance to me.
Yeah, and he had cooler armor.
That's special effects. I mean, they couldn't do that for the time. I mean, but you know.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Mole number 4.
My number 4.
Ha!
Slimer.
Does he technically count as a villain?
That's why I said, and I asked the question very carefully to you, does it count as a villain if it's someone who the heroes are against? And you said yes.
That's true. Fair enough. I'll give it to you.
They are Ghostbusters.
He's looking at me, Ray.
He is a ghost. They are Ghostbusters. He is a ghost. By nature, he is a villain.
Fair enough.
But yeah, in the reboot one, in the original one, he doesn't do much. He just gets caught in that first place. And obviously, everyone loves him. He has bigger roles in the cartoon and stuff. The new, and he had a cameo in the second one and stuff. This one, the 2016 one, he steals a car. He has a love interest and various other stuff. Like there's a female Slimer that steals a car with him, and he's just constantly keeps appearing, and he's just fun when he does. And I'm sorry, not a lot of people like the CGI effects for that film. I'm sorry, I love that look for Slimer.
That's a good Slimer. It wasn't just a car; it was the Ghostbusters car.
Yes, it was.
That's ballsy.
Was a motherfucker.
Yep. All right. So, what's next? My number 4.
Yeah, that's usually after 5.
Shut up. I gave it to Shredder from the 2003 Turtles. Admittedly, I only realized in retrospect researching this list that there was actually more than one Shredder in that show. I didn't realize that. But specifically, the one I always liked was the Utrom Shredder, just because I thought it was a cool concept that they kind of combined the Krang idea into the Shredder, and that even though he was still technically a little Utrom guy, he was like this big, intimidating Shredder. Obviously, it didn't turn out to be the true Shredder, but that was still really cool that... and just how badass of a Shredder he was, and that they were able to, use that concept, and the fact that, he still led the whole army and everything else, and nobody even knew, and that he was still like this big, gigantic threat. Even when they got him out of the suit, he was still this massive threat, and that was pretty cool. I don't know if he was the Shredder that showed up in Turtles Forever or not, but whichever Shredder was in that movie was also awesome, because that was the one where he was willing to literally wipe out his own existence, the existence of everything he's ever known, just to kill the Turtles.
Yep.
So, Shredder's from 03 Turtles.
All right.
Pew, number 3.
My number 3 is the new Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ah.
Well, obviously the original is the best. He comes not too horrible, like, and it's like considering how original horror movie reboots are usually like completely liquid shit. He's like actually pretty okay. So I just thought his performance was scary and good and didn't make me go, oh, fuck you, reboot. Which is just, I have really low standards for horror movie reboots, I guess. I'm just happy with
it. I'll allow it. It only pains me because in the reboot they've spent way too much time on the fact he was a paedophile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like way too much time where it's like, no, Freddy was yes, he was in the original, but they didn't concentrate on it, so it became fun.
Yep. Mole.
Another one that's not, you're gonna say, is that a villain? Technically yes at the beginning.
All right. Yeah, no, that counts.
2014 Godzilla. Now at the end of the film he saves the day. But he looks cool. He acts cool, and he acts like Godzilla, not just Zilla.
Ew.
And it is a reboot of the horrible, horrible film in which Matthew Broderick tries to take on the lizard. And everything about that film is better, and I just loved that Godzilla. He was fucking cool. I can't wait to see him go toe to toe with King Kong.
He looks like a pretty cool Godzilla.
Oh. And it's coming.
Nice.
Him v King Kong is coming.
Yeah, that Broderick movie is garbage, but I tolerate it because it gave us the fairly awesome cartoon show.
The cartoon show was okay, but there was already better cartoon shows of Godzilla. The cartoon show was great. only because it went back to the concept of what made Godzilla work.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like that. Like, even Peter Jackson's King Kong gave us a Kong show that was good.
That's true.
And that film's horseshit. Speaking of horseshit, Jim, what's your choice?
Ah, very funny. That's a good one. That's a good one. Credit on that. That was good. All right.
Sorry, this is my show.
No, it's not. So for my number 3, I went with Khan.
You mean Sherlock Khan?
Sherlock Khan. Yes, of course, Khan from Star Trek Into Darkness. Of course, the reboot of Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. And he did a great job as Khan. And he did a great job not only being an intimidating villain as believable as Khan, but differentiated the character from Ricardo Montalban's performance. It was significantly different enough that they were both intimidating villains, but stand in their own right. Just because, even though they're the same character, it's hard to it becomes difficult to compare because they're both good in their own ways. This Khan was,
Very Sherlock.
Yeah, very well. Montalban's Khan was much more, he was suave and he was all about the theatricality of the stuff that he was doing in his revenge. This Khan was much more physical and much more, I'm going to just be quiet, I'm just going to do it, and you're just going to see how badass I am by my actions rather than my words.
Yep.
And it was pretty cool seeing all the stuff that he managed to do, infiltrating ships, betraying Kirk, the fact that, he did the fist fight with Spock on top of a moving hovercraft. I mean, this Khan was just badass. Benedict Cumberbatch did a great job with that Khan.
Yep.
Props to Khan. All right. Pew. 2.
Okay. My number 2 is Magneto from X-Men First Class, or the actually anyone pretty much, the new Magneto then.
Yeah, anything from First Class onward.
Yeah.
That's not a reboot, that's a prequel.
And semantics, So anyway, I chose him just because I really liked him, and he brought a whole lot of more sympathetic emotion and stuff, and he's just an awesome actor.
He is awesome.
Fair enough. Mole, number 2.
Who is that?
2003 Shredder.
Nice.
Because unlike the 80s one, he was actually a threat. And when he was first Shredder, when he looked more like that, he was fucking ruthless. Like the first fight where the turtles meet him on the rooftops and he just beats the holy shit out of them is just devastating. Especially when you've only seen the 80s one. Like, I got friends of mine who'd only seen the 80s one and not read the comics. Like, oh, it's Shredder. Okay, is he going to have his little tunnel thing? And I'm like, okay, and we're watching it. And then he just beats the crap. I'm like, wait. And my friend's like, wait, did Shredder just win? And I'm like, yeah, Shredder can be a threat. He's meant to be a threat. And I'm like, oh.
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah. And he's fucking awesome as the threat. He's just fantastic. That Shredder's fantastic.
It's a great Shredder.
Like, the season 1 Shredder is just amazing. I liked all the other ones, which I think season 1 Shredder's meant to be the one in Turtles Forever, to answer your question earlier.
That's what I figured, the original.
Mainly because he has the armor and stuff, and he looks basically like him, and they're just using it as an excuse to cross over.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be the ultimate one true Shredder, whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, which I like that, and I loved the whole series, but that was just fun. He was a great Shredder.
Indeed.
If only we had a great movie Shredder rebooted.
If only. Kevin Nash, where are you when we need you? No, not the Super Shredder.
To be fair, Super Shredder was better than what we got.
Yeah.
He was better than the villain from the Wolverine, while a random human is his sidekick.
That's true. That was basically what that was.
Like, I was like, Shredder v Splinter should be an amazing fight, not like 2 minutes of, he just beat the rat up. Good for him.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
We're never going to see her again.
Nope, she's dead. In the meantime, my number 2,
Yeah.
which I actually thought of. I'm glad I remember this because there's actually another reboot of this thing going on now that apparently I have not seen, but apparently is not doing very well. But
Are you on about the reboot of the Wacky Races 2017 cartoon that's coming out with Dick Dastardly?
no, but I want to see that. That's going to be amazing.
I wanted to see it until I saw the cast list.
Oh crap! Who did they cast?
No, it's nothing bad, but there's only like 4 characters.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they didn't only show 4 to start with. Yeah, Dastardly and Muttley, Pit Stop, and Peter Perfect, and then yeah.
Which is weird because when they love interest last time.
Yeah, wait, he's her brother now?
Yeah, they're brothers and they have the same parent, and they have parents that look like them, kind of, and their butler's evil and is Dick Dastardly's boss.
Okay, then, yeah, that's weird because they were the idea was always that Penelope Pit Stop would break down and Peter Perfect would help her out to try to get in her pants.
Yeah, but now those two are trying to one-up each other as brother and sister, while their butler secretly is the mastermind behind Dick Dastardly.
Oh my God, is their butler Dick Dastardly's brother that led the evil team in the Laugh Olympics?
No.
Oh.
He's just an old butler. But what's funny is they did have a scene where they were parked on the finish line, about to win, and right when they go to use a weapon, Muttley even goes and starts to point behind him. Dastardly looks at the front and goes, "Yeah, we could just win, but why would you want to win it nicely? With villains, we have to do villainous stuff," and then still tries his trap anyway. And I'm like, "Oh, they addressed it."
It's true. I was like, there was one episode of that. I always love Dick Dastardly's motto: "We're gonna win fair and square, even if we have to cheat to do it."
And I figured that wasn't going to be what you had on your list.
No, but that is good. I do want to see that. That did sound amazing. But no, the one on my list is Emotep, the Mummy.
Debatable.
Debatable?
The original Mummy wasn't him.
Well, he was called Emotep.
The original Mummy in the original Mummy film had a completely different story and different race ish. He was a different guy.
Oh, okay.
He was just called it was basically just a mummy. As I said, it's debatable, but I'll allow it because it's basically the Mummy. So fuck it.
Yeah, there is at least one where I think Boris Karloff was called Emotep as the Mummy. But in either case, I like this Emotep because I love the Brendan Fraser movies. Well, the first 2. The third one's debatable.
No, it's shit. It's not debatable.
Fair enough. But yes, this one, this Emotep was really cool. I thought that.
I actually want to see the Tom Cruise one.
I want to see it only because of how bad it sounds from what all the reviews have been saying.
See, from all the reviews I've seen for it, it's been mixed, but they're saying it's still somewhat enjoyable. There's something there to like.
Yeah.
And ironically, it's made its money back.
Well, that's good.
Apparently, it's doing really well internationally.
Oh, okay.
I never like it because my favorite thing of the Mummy was the cartoon series.
That was also really good. I did like that.
And it's still weird because I remember that cartoon show, but whenever anyone says the cartoon show from the Mummy, the real mummies or whatever pops in my head first every time, and I don't know why, because I'm like, no, that wasn't related.
Also a good show though. But yeah, Emotep was always really cool. He was always very intimidating. Arnold Vosloo did a great job playing him. And just, he always had that combo of, he could be, calm and reserved and do what he needed to do, but then he would summon his powers and it would just be, giant sandstorm monster, deadly scorpions, whatever. And, he always seemed very passionate in the role, and especially cool in that half the time he wasn't acting in English, so that was even cooler.
Oh, I completely agree. He was completely passionate when he said, deadly scorpions or whatever.
Yes.
as you worded it.
Yes. Sorry,
that's so passionate.
I'm sorry, the pew is rubbing off on me. I can't help it.
That's too easy. I'm just gonna let that one go.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, Emotep was great in the 2 films. And not only was he, was the character great because of how well he was played, but he actually had an arc too. Where, he came back and tried to claim the world, and then in the second movie, he kind of came to terms with realizing that, Evie and Rick were better than him when Enoch Tsunemon just refused to save his life and just didn't give a shit about him. And he kind of let himself, be killed to go back to the afterlife willingly with that, not trying to save himself. He just let go and just gone. That was really cool. I just always thought he was a great villain. He was both, both fun to watch and intimidating, and I thought that made for a great Mummy. So Arnold Vosloo was the Mummy.
Nice.
And whoop. All right. And it's number one's time. Pew.
Okay, my number one is the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker. Now, I know, is he overhyped? Yes. Clearly, as fuck. I'm not going to deny that. That's, like, just out there. It's super overhyped. But he's still really good. But not as good as everybody else says.
To be fair, he's not as overhyped as Mark Hamill's Joker.
Mm-hmm.
All the fanboys who never read the comics before they watched the cartoon loved the shit out of that. And it's like, but no.
Yeah, but I just enjoyed his performance like a whole lot. It was great and scary and interesting, and yeah, he was really great on screen, and I really liked him. And I have seen like a few different Jokers, and some of them just like I didn't like Jack Nicholson's Joker. Nothing against him, but I just didn't like him. Like, and
I didn't, because he was basically just Jack Nicholson in makeup.
Right, and like that's what I said, but there's some people who strongly would disagree with me. So.
Well, there probably is, which is fine. They're allowed to like it. These are our lists.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So that one was mine.
Fair enough. Mole, you're number one. Nice.
He is, hands down, the best Joker, period, that we've had. That does all the stuff Joker does. He does the comedy, as you can see there. He does the killing, but none of the other Jokers, some other Jokers haven't. He's just got it all down, and it's just cool. Like, even his cockiness of just standing there as Batman's coming towards him in a vehicle. It's just like, I'm just gonna stand here. That's fucking awesome. And technically, he's been rebooted again since. And I will go on record before people think we're taking shots at the new Jared Leto Joker. I liked the Jared Leto Joker. I'm just going to let the record show that. I do like him. I just really like the Heath Ledger Joker, and I thought he was a great reboot one because I didn't like the Jack Nicholson one. And it was great to finally have a Joker who could do stuff like easily go through, dress as a nurse, blow up a hospital on screen, and yet still get the crazy, like I like the one that would beat Jason Todd to death style Joker. He was awesome. I liked him. And his mind games were just fantastic, like the boat trick. So over to Jim.
All right. And where is it? Round number one. Let's make it 3 for 3.
Yeah. I could see him Googling it as we said it, Pew.
No. This was the first one that came to my mind as soon as it revealed. I'm like, it's got to be Leto's Joker. And Ledger's Joker. Leto's Joker's good too, though. I agree with you on that. But Ledger's Joker was just amazing. And I didn't know what to expect when I first went going to see Dark Knight, just because, I was one of those skeptics. Like, it's Heath Ledger. Is it gonna, can he really pull off the Joker? Because before that, my primary, when I thought of Heath Ledger, my mind went to 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh yeah, he was in that.
Yeah, I liked him in that. I liked him in Knight's Tale and Brokeback Mountain.
I didn't see Brokeback Mountain or Knight's Tale, but I heard they were good. They were excellent. Obviously, Brokeback won like all the awards, but
yeah, Brokeback Mountain was great. But unfortunately, people are like, oh, it's got gay people in it. I'm not gonna watch it as much. Yeah.
But yeah, when I saw this movie, I was blown away with this incarnation of the Joker. It was just absolutely amazing, But I said between the factor of clearly having the insanity, but having a plan, the unpredictability, particularly the pencil trick. I love the pencil trick.
I use it all the time. No, I don't.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, you didn't see it coming, and it was just you didn't know what he was gonna do.
That's an RKO.
Okay, fair enough. But it was so just he had the unpredictability of Joker down, the craziness, but at the same time you could see there was something working back there. All the different backstories, you didn't really know which one was his, just added to it. He was just so good. And while I'll admit I am one of those fanboys, and Mark Hamill will always have a place here because he was really the first Joker I was exposed to. This Joker blew me away and was amazing, and I give full credit to this probably being I won't even say probably. This is the best Joker we've had, but
I'll go back and say just because someone's the first does not mean they're the best.
No, but I didn't say it was the best. I just said he holds a special place for me because he was the first. And
I liked the Batman animated series. I just get annoyed when everyone's like, "Oh my god, there's a Batman film coming out or a Batman game. Mark Hamill has to be the only voice." And even Simon said, if you look at some of the other, like Under the Red Hood film or Batman Brave and the Bold and stuff, there's been some great voice actors who've done even Batman Arkham Origin, which is a guy doing an impression of him. There's been some great voice actors doing Joker, but no one gives him a fair chance. It's like, oh no, it's not Mark Hamill. I'm just going to spam the crap out of how much he sucks.
Yeah, Troy Baker does a great Joker too. Credit where it's due. He did a great job with Origins.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, there is a lot of great Jokers. I kind of like, since you mentioned Brave and the Bold, that Joker is interesting because the Brave and the Bold Joker kind of reminds me almost a little bit more of the because it is obviously a kid's cartoon. He reminds me a little bit more of that Cesar Romero '60s Joker, which is kind of fun.
Yes, because he's meant to be more golden age, which works, and he's fun, and I love the accent and stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
But yeah, I did love Heath Ledger's Joker. He was wonderful. And when you see some of the stuff that he added himself, it's funny.
What did he add?
Like apparently he did the slow clap himself, was what one of the reports said. When he's in the prison, which is funny. Also, apparently the lip smacking thing, which some people when they do impressions go way too fucking overboard with that. He doesn't do it all the time.
Yeah.
But he did it, and the director was like, and Nolan and stuff was like, that looks really fun. You should use that. Is what one of the stories I read was, and apparently the only reason he did it was his makeup was irritating his mouth, so he kept on to try and stop it doing it, and but because he was doing it, they were like, that's really intimidating. It looks really creepy and weird. You should use it.
There you go. Yes, but the unanimously agreed the Heath Ledger Joker the best reboot villain.
Yep.
Nicely done. All right, folks. Oh, thank you two for joining me as always. I do always love doing this every month. One of my favorite shows.
Yep. And thank you, Jim. It's a pleasure hosting it. But you may as my secretary tell us what we're going to do next month.
Your secretary. Fuck you. Just fuck you.
We're not going to say what we're doing next month?
Next month, let's see here. Where is it? For the month of July.
There'll be a top 5 list.
Well, yes. I guess we don't have one for July because we jumped from June to August. Oh no, we switched it around, right? Did we switch one around for it? Because I feel like we had one that we moved back to July to use.
We may have.
Wait, I know what it was. Hang on. I know what we did. Let me scroll down here and see this. Yes. So the one
British video game villains, wasn't it? Or do we already do that? I have it written down.
I think video game villains was because we originally July was I think Marvel movie and TV villains, but we moved that back. I think.
Yeah, but it'll probably be video game villains then.
Yes, you're right. Right, we pushed video game villains forward because we're going to tie it with the Kingdom Hearts with the summer Disney thing. That's right. So it'll be top 5 video game villains then.
Yeah, and it's the other 2 we swapped around because originally the video game one was on E3 month, and we were like, you can do that because it'll tie into that one because you want to mention your Kingdom Hearts crap.
Right. Okay. Got it. So the top 5 video game villains. I'm looking forward to that one.
Spoiler. Goomba number 1 wins.
Yes.
Now, are we going to go main villains or all villains?
I would say you can use any video game villains, but I don't know if I would count like generic foot soldiers like Goombas, except Goomba number 1 because he bypasses that.
Yeah, but some of those Goombas became giant Goombas and boss fights in other games.
Did they?
Yeah, there was some like turn-based boss fights in Paper Mario and stuff with Goombas.
Okay.
If they have something or an adjective in front of their name that distincts them from regular soldiers, then it's okay. Like they have to have some sort of distinction in their name, separates them from other of their class.
Aha, Green Koopa.
Yes.
I'm kidding. But no. Greatest video game villains.
Should be fun. All right, we will see you next month.
I will say I'll give a shout out. I said to Pew I had one Marvel villain on my list, but I was like, I like the other ones more. I did have Red Skull from the Captain America one because he was in the 1990s movie, which is a horrible movie to watch. The 1990s one has been horrible, but the Red Skull in the new one was actually played really well. I will admit that. And I want to see him back.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving did a great job.
I also have an honorable mention for. I was gonna have Catwoman on there, but then I just thought these other ones were better. So
That's true, Catwoman. I didn't think of that.
the cat.
She had the Halle Berry version.
No, not the Halle Berry.
Ah, yes.
I almost had Bane on my list as well.
Yeah. That would have also counted.
Jim almost took Shao Kahn from the Mortal Kombat reboot game.
No, I didn't.
I said almost.
No. All right, folks. We will see you next time. Peace.